Sag. This is your very late yearly reading. But we're just going to get into it. Yeah, if you don't want to take it month to month, you can just push it out 12 months. However you see it fitting. I'm not going to do months here. I suppose I probably should do that sometime, but I don't know. I don't like that rigidity. Anywho, let's get going because we're late. So, main focus in this 12-month period, you're going to be focusing on realizations about the self, about your current circumstances, that, you know, the positive and the negative aspects of that, of yourself, maybe realizing certain aspects about yourself that are you know, most people would say are, you know, that's not really a great aspect of yourself. You're going to be taking that and accepting that and using it as a driving force in your life, balancing out your good traits and your bad traits, learning how to see yourself as a complete picture. This could be brought to your attention, something about your ability to actually bring things together. There's almost this like resourcefulness involved. It might be a talent or a gift of yours that you're focusing on in the next 12 months that you're realizing is actually going to take you places. And the reason I say that is because that crossing card, what's helping the situation, and I think it's helping, not hindering, because it's such positive cards. I have the Wheel of Fortune, and as you can hear the storm in the background, that's why I started. I was like, it's gonna storm today. The Wheel of Fortune and this city house, this is like, I don't know, there's something here about something very lucky, or the timing of something coming into play in terms of this situation, this whatever you're looking to do or to move forward with is perfect timing, and you have a knack for it. There's like a gift here of some kind, some kind of recognition of a talent, being admired for or shown love in some sort of way. What you're thinking about ending one cycle to begin another, and what you need to hold on to, what you can hold on to in regards to the maybe more material things of your life, and what you have to let go of, and how much the resources, how much financial means as well, resources that you have in order to be able to make it all work, to bring yourself into this new cycle, this new start of something. You might be feeling a little bit rigid about letting go of certain things, of letting go of ways of doing things before, even how you've expressed yourself and your own authority in your life before. Your reputation as well. There's this kind of how you're being seen in terms of your reputation, and having to like finish up a cycle. Maybe you're ready for that to end. There might be more than enough money coming in. You might have to save as well. You're thinking about saving money to end a situation, to begin another situation, and you're trying to stay positive about just how much you need, or what you might need. You might be able to find it somewhere else, the resources that you need, the financial means that you need. What you're not aware of throughout this period, this year cycle. And you know, it's a perfect timing, because Pagans, us witches, we really celebrate the new year tomorrow. Tomorrow is the first day of spring. It's the start of the Aries season. And so this is kind of like your spring to spring reading, which kind of worked out. So I'm not too ashamed that it was so late. All right. So what you're not aware of, that you might be you think that maybe somebody's not going to meet you halfway, that they're not going to no one's coming to your aid, or nobody's like that aspect that you've been waiting for, and maybe to finish this project of some kind, or complete this cycle. You might be thinking that you need to be more independent. Think about a way to be more self-reliant. It seems like there is something coming on the horizon for you. Maybe you have an inkling, maybe that, or you had an inkling in the past that somebody would be coming with you on some sort of journey, or that you would be being visited by this person. I see a lot of coming and going and visitation kind of energy in this reading. And King of Swords is like the project manager. He's the planner. He's the guy who knows the stuff, right? So maybe you're waiting on some kind of you're not sure if you're going to need some professional help with something. If you're going to need this guy could be anybody having to do with counsel of any kind. So fit it where it needs to fit. But I don't know. I feel like you're looking at what you want for your future. And there is something here about wanting it to be warm. Maybe there's something here about there's an emotional aspect. You're not realizing how emotional this is for you, or maybe you've been waiting on something or someone to come, and maybe you got mature about like thinking about, well, maybe they're not going to come, or maybe it's not going to be, I don't know. I think that there's something here that will be very heartfelt. There'll be some nurturing aspect to this that will make you very happy, but you're not thinking that it's going to. It's just more, you're in more of a action orientated and mental space, and there's going to be an emotional aspect to this that's going to be surprising to you at some point. In the past, the near past, there was some sort of dynamic, a harmonious relationship of some kind. This person could have been somebody who just recently got out of a breakup. There could have been a lot of love there. There could have been an overflow of emotion, but there was an abundance of some sort of emotional connection. And this possibly was romantic. And it seems like with that Widow card, maybe there was like a falling out, or a needing to stay single, or somebody else had just recently lost a partner, and so there is this kind of, there was this immature, and I say immature in the best positive light, type of romantic relationship with somebody who might have been not fully emotionally available. I'd say there was a lot of love, but there wasn't. She was very, or you were very discerning about where you let it go, how far you let it go. in the near future. There's responsibility in the near future, having to do with the routine, maybe the habits, the daily schedule. There's authority, maybe cracking down on your own inconsistencies or habits. I do see that there was something that wasn't being taken care of on a routine basis that might have been habit related, or just something that was not as good for you and your lifestyle, maybe, that you want to have. Or maybe there was this there is this person that comes in that's bossy. It could be a boss that's kind of you just got to watch your back around this person. Like, you don't know where to step with this person. They're a little bit restrictive and controlling, domineering, and maybe a bit toxic. So there's something here about that. And I do think it's a boss situation, because I do have in the reputation, there is this boss-like figure, authority figure coming in as well. So just be mindful of, in the near future, dealing with somebody who, maybe if you're late often, because inconsistency can be about, getting places on time and in a routine fashion, that this would be something that would be a challenge, maybe, or a blockage of some kind. The comings and goings with the snake, it's also about sneaking out of situations. So there might be something that you're trying to get out of that's been inconsistent of some kind. Maybe the relationship itself, it talked about in the past, maybe it just wasn't, there was a lot of love there, but it just wasn't consistent enough for you, maybe emotionally, or you felt like you were left hanging in a lot of ways. And so you're looking for more stability. And with that Chariot at the center, I feel like you're taking the good and the bad of the situation, and you're using it as a driving force. You're really becoming victorious over your life. There's so many major arcana that are really positive. You have the World, you have the Chariot, you have the Wheel of Fortune. I mean, that's big success. That's major completion of a cycle, divine timing, winning the race, finishing up old cycles and starting new ones victoriously. So, whatever toxicity comes in the near future, I think that you'll just have to tiptoe around it and know that this too shall pass. 7th placement. Your advice in the situation is to walk away from whatever is not emotionally reciprocal. Blah, blah, blah. Sophia, you coming in? Come on. I know. You can stay with Mama. The storm has scared you, I know. She's like crawling into the closet to hide. Oh, poor baby. All right. So, yeah. There is something here, some money, some tangible gift that you'll be getting. And I do think there will be a gift given, whether it's monetary. The fish is here as well. So it could be a gift of money. There could be jealousy over this gift of money. It could come from a mother figure or some kind of matriarchal figure in your family. But your advice is to take this money and walk away from everything that has been not emotionally satisfactory, and to attract the things that you desire into your life with it. I don't know exactly what that means. Only you will be able to know what that means. But it also can be that there is a new beginning in some sort of relationship with a woman with lighter features, blonder hair. She might be more, what is the word I'm looking for? Traditionally, culturally attractive. And I do see her again coming up here in the 8th house with her blonde hair. So that could be you, or that could be this person it's talking about. But there's a new beginning here that has some kind of emotional release of some kind, and it seems more stable, whether that be in a business partnership or that be in terms of a relationship, of some kind of romantic relationship. If you are in the beauty industry, that's also coming up, because I have this blonde woman here, and she's about, attraction, and I feel like she's got more of it's like the modelly kind of type, and there's money coming from that. And with the bouquet there, I do see that there's some sort of beauty, gift, talent, having to do with like the beauty industry or something like that. So if you are involved in, any of those things, and also the Queen of Spades over there, I just see her as the Queen of Swords. So hair cutting, anything like that. That's being represented here. Now, in the 8th position, how others are seeing you. Seeing you as very kind of zen or intuitive, or like you're starting to connect deeper to your inner world, get in touch with your emotions more, and you're not as maybe communicative. You're warm and loving, but you are very focused on healing, and looking into different healing modalities for yourself. They're noticing this about you. They're seeing that you are looking to take better care of yourself at this time, and that you might not be expressing as much, at least verbally or in communicative communication style. You normally maybe were more open to talk to people about sharing your love for them with your words, or you're not doing that as much anymore. You're very focused on healing yourself and loving yourself at this time. Maybe they feel a little left out. Maybe they feel like you're not sharing as much of your emotional world with them. But that's okay, because you're healing from some kind of, hurt of the past that you've just gone through. Some sort of grief of some kind. So they might see you not wanting to talk about it either. You're just kind of like want to keep your head focused and moving forward in your life. What you're hoping for. There's something here about getting your independence back after a time of being down, after a time of being, maybe you were ill, maybe you were just going through like more of a dark night of the soul, like a spiritual kind of illness. There's something here about if you also are somebody who identifies as a healer, or you want to be a healer, because there's a lot of healing energy as well in this reading. Caregiving as well. I see you looking to be an independent practitioner of this, whether that be an independent therapist, somebody who has their own practice, a doctor, nurse, anybody who has their own practice. I see you looking to find that independence. I also think that you're hoping that you can finally get to a point where you don't have to worry about things financially anymore, that you don't have to grind so hard because you've got, things laid out for you, that, systems are in place where you make money, and you don't have to worry about checking to see if you got enough. And maybe you're hoping to be able to take care of other people in your life that have not been doing so well, that need assistance, and you're hoping to get to that point financially. where you can actually take care of others and share again. If that's something that you were able to do before, you're hoping that you can get back to that space after this loss or this change of some kind. And your outcome here, I see authority. I see there's like this, what's this card? This is a lot of money. So there's a lot of money in reverse. It could be more money, but a lot of responsibility and maybe not worth the extra money. If you get another job or there's a management position of some kind. So there's an opportunity here that could have been lost or that you're not sure about, that might be a bit intimidating. You're not as excited about it as you thought you would be. I don't think that you have to worry too much. I mean, the bear card is pretty, I mean, it is a clubs card, so it is not always the most positive. I consider it a neutral card for 8, 9, 10. So the 10 of clubs, it's also about getting to that finish line of like achieving the most, right? You can see your destination right ahead of you. And maybe there's just this one extra step that you need to take that maybe isn't the most ideal. Because I do have at the under part of your tarot deck is the 9 of Wands. And it's that bear card is really the 10. So there's achievement here. There is getting to the finish line with something. And I did say you would be successful in something. I'm going to put it out there. There's a lot about comings and goings. So cars are very relevant in this situation. I don't know if you are looking to purchase a new vehicle. There's 4 wheels here in that 4 of Pentacles. The world is a wheel, a circle. There's the Wheel of Fortune, and then there's the Chariot, which is actually like a vehicle of transportation. So there's a lot here about cars. I don't know if you're starting to sell cars. Maybe it's like a new thing for you. Because I do have the, you know, the merchants cards here. You might be out looking for a new car. The relationship in the past could very well be a woman who has been widowed that has more money, and there's like this relationship that you have with her that's been harmonious, and you're being revealed that there's a gift being given to you, and there could be some jealousy from others in your day-to-day life or routine, or I don't know. Capricorn, the Devil card, can talk about family. It talks about our ancestry, our lineage. So you have to be careful about maybe who you share, because the Devil is like whispering down to this inconsistency. I don't know. I just think that just being careful about being methodical about who you tell this information to in your family or your day-to-day routine and job as well. This also can be just like a coworker who is, or a boss that's kind of a tyrant about your they're really on top of your schedule and like how you, it might be a very restrictive schedule and you might want more hours, but they won't give it to you, or they really want you to check in with them on a more routine basis. They're micromanaging kind of person. But I don't know, maybe you become a supervisor or a manager. You take a position that's higher because maybe it gives you more authority. It might not be that much more money, but it for the responsibility, but it might be, if you don't take it, it might be a missed opportunity. So I would consider it. Also, there's this new financial beginning here. I did say with this walking away from what emotionally has not been working. So yeah, if there is something that's more managerial, I don't know, you might want to consider that. If it's a little more money and it feels right. It's a lot about feelings and feeling right. This tenderness card with this blonde woman here. Lots of lovey energy, Cancerian energy. All right, so let us get into the nitty gritty so I can finish you guys' reading off. There could be some kind of argument as well, a meeting about an argument or something to do with clearing up habits or challenging situations. It could have to do with health as well, so a health checkup. There might be some kind of homework to do with this health checkup. I'm not a doctor. I'm just a girl with some cards. So you should always listen to your licensed medical practitioners. The bouquet and the snake is also about being one way on the outside, but really being a totally different, it's like kind of masking energy. There's this, you feel like you can't be yourself maybe at this new job that you get, or maybe it's talking about the job that will become the old job soon. There's something here about that, like having to restrict how you feel, how you think in your day-to-day life, and just focus on the grind. Just focus on what's at hand, keeping quiet, keeping to yourself type of situation. Maybe that's a job that you will be letting go of, and then you'll be taking a more lighthearted, and some kind of friend or associate of yours at work could help you get into a place or start a new job that is much more fun. There's much more playful energy there. You might meet a lover there. There's this choice to have fun. So it's almost like you get more opportunity to express yourself and have more fun and start something new in terms of an associate or a friend. Or it could be like a technology kind of environment where it's like a startup business, or some place that has to do with fashion, party planning, catering, anything like that, where it's pleasant to be around these people and it doesn't feel like work. So that's coming in the near future as well. So I see you letting go of some kind of old way of doing work and starting something new, or just getting a new position that allows you more freedom and fun. You can have more fun at work. Spiritually, I don't know, there's something here about accepting whatever you've lost emotionally, like whatever you've suffered emotionally, and there's this understanding of the betrayal and why you had to go through this sort of challenge. It also could still be, it could be hard for you to get over this difficult situation from the past. You still might be working through it for the next 12-month cycle, but and I've Mercury retrograde. I have thrown your cards a couple times. The cat got up and messed them all up. I wasn't ready to read them. I like to meditate on them before. But there's like, these two cards at the end are the same exact positions that they were when I threw your cards the first time. So there is something about meeting up with a roadblock, or taking a trip to the past in terms of how you've grown spiritually. There's something here about that. All right, first house, Sagittarius. There is something here about your physical body that you might be accepting There's something here about you bringing out features of yourself that are maybe not something that you in past thought were ideal, or excuse me, something that you thought was your more beautiful trait, but something that you would probably try to hide even. And allowing that, you're finally coming to the realization that that's actually what is going to, that is what is attractive to you now. Like, you like showing this aspect of yourself off, or highlighting it, or bringing it forward in some sort of way. I don't know if you've always thought, this is an example, that you've had a big nose and you always put a bunch of contour on it, and then to hide it with makeup, and now you're kind of embracing that. You're embracing all aspects of yourself. You're loving yourself in a more complete way, which is actually giving you motivation to do better, for yourself and your physical body and your life. There could be some realization or good news about something that you've been working towards, a foundation you've been setting in terms of your physical body, your health. I see that being something that you're very happy with. There's good news in that department. Your resources, your values, you're valuing your time this 12-month period. You might be valuing going to different places, your home even. There's something here about like valuing architecture, beauty of a home or city or places. You might be taking a trip abroad where you're enjoying different kinds of architecture and taking pictures of that architecture, and something here about that. There's this talent that you will be realizing that you have in, I don't know, sometime in this year. It could have to do with home decor. It could have to do with anything to do with traveling, a language, speaking a certain language. You might have a knack for it. Something here about that. With the people in your neighborhood, or your day-to-day comings and goings, your locality, I feel like there's a completion of something. You're trying to save some money, so you might have ended something that you were doing on a routine basis with cousins, siblings, neighbors, which is costing too much money, and you wanted to save some money for something that you've been working towards. It's also a neighborhood, so you could be ending saving to move out of a neighborhood because you want to, I don't know, you have a little more money maybe at this time. You've saved and you want to move out and find a new place. And I see you looking for this new place, this new home, maybe waiting for an application to come in from a realtor or something, and being very happy that it's been well received, or you've been well received. Family also could be coming to visit. I see an air sign male and a water sign female coming to visit the home. They could be coming in separate cars, or this could be two separate visits. There's something about reminiscing about childhood as well, and feeling, the warmth and love of a family or a home during this period. In your romantic life, I see there's a start to something with maybe somebody who's been kind of standoffish or hasn't been as emotionally available. There's a lot of abundance here, though. There's like a lot of flow of energy here. So, I don't know. But there is some sort of partnership or romantic, maybe they have a lot of money, or maybe they're maybe a little bit concerned about the money that you have, or there's something here about finances and being independent and very discerning. But there is this new beginning that is harmonious in love and romance. So this person could just value their independence, or be not as trusting of people, more focused on work and find than anything else. I mean, you could actually meet somebody at the job. That's what that could be talking about. Someplace where finances are concerned. This person could have recently just left somebody, or could have, could literally be widowed, or their partner could have passed. Day-to-day routine, there will be more of a structure to your routine, Sagittarius. There will be more regimen, and you're going to be really kind of beating yourself up about your consistency or your inconsistencies with things, I should say. There's going to be a moving out of what hasn't been working and moving into something that's more methodical, that's more scientific in a sense. There's a calculations here. There's less room for fun. I think that's why you're going to be looking for a job that's actually a little more relaxed, because your personal life is going to be more scheduled and structured. And you might feel like you're constantly trying to quietly slip away from your responsibilities in your personal life, or your even at your job at some point during this year, that you're just feeling like maybe there's too many rules and it's not consistent enough. Maybe the work is not consistent enough. There could be a boss that's kind of micromanaging, or a toxic, deceitful person. But you are moving out away from all that and into something that is much better for you. Yeah, there's a new beginning with a new person in terms of relationships. This could be romantic. This person could be a Pisces, or I want to say Libra, Pisces or Libra. I don't normally do that, but they have water and air in their chart. Even a Cancer, I could say Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, and that Libra is coming in strong. So I don't know. It'll be different for everybody, but there's something here about a new beginning. This will be a whole new venture. I don't think this is somebody from the past. I think that this is a new person. Maybe the person in the past was darker features. This person has lighter features. This person could also be more traditionally or conventionally attractive, is what I should say. The person in the past may be more traditional, but more classic beauty. This one's more conventional, like fashionably, you know what I mean? Like they're blah, 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 blah. They've got more culturally, oh my gosh, what the heck? Give me a second. Coffee. They could be, maybe I'm just trying to get something out that's not, the energy is not being conveyed in words better. I think it's more like they're more sexually expressive. They're more exotic in some sort of way, whereas the person in the past might have been more conservative. That's what I'm. This person will be more free-spirited and fun. What you are dealing with in your 8th house, there is something that you are looking into in terms of the occult, maybe meditating, scrying, divination, something here about really trying to meditate and find answers or seek communication from someplace, someone. This can be about telepathy. This can be about this can also be about communicating with somebody who is not well. Maybe they've had a crisis of some kind. This is about taking care of other people in crisis as well. Like knowing what other people need, even though they can't communicate with you. So I see you being very intuitive in terms of helping others in need or who are going through a really hard time. There's something here about that. Maybe you're hoping to make that even some kind of healing type of work into a job for you or financially abundant for you as well. You'll be looking to your intuition more to gauge situations so that things don't get out of control as well. There might be even some kind of supernatural experience that you have. At some point. You might actually get a strange pet this year. Some of you might get an exotic animal. And by strange, I mean just, exotic, something that somebody doesn't normally have. There might be some permits involved with this. I don't know. This is also about drinking and enjoying that kind of alternative state, but finding other means of that. I don't know, like there's learning about some kind of gift that you have. Maybe it's something psychic, occult, or something like that. There also could be something about you intuiting that somebody else is taking a break from communicating because they don't want to be or they don't feel like they can be of assistance, or they can share something with you. The Queen of Cups is somebody who shares, who's a part of the collective. She's tapped in so much that she feels like she's so empathic, maybe needing to take a break from that, to put up some more boundaries in terms of the energies that you allow in, or the sharing that you're doing with other people. Maybe it's time to go your own way with something. Whatever that is, you know, it would be different for all of you. Spiritual journey about helping others in need, giving care to others who need it. This is also about, I feel like, animals. If you care for animals, I have a lot of animals here in this top part. You want to be able to travel. There's something here about maybe traveling to help others in need in other countries. Peace Corps kind of thing. I did say exotic animals, so this could be an exotic place. There's something here about feeling that you have been chosen to do a certain calling in life, and you taking steps towards that calling. Your reputation, how the world sees you. They see you as the boss. They see you as in charge. They see you as somebody who maybe doesn't always make the choice that has to do with a lot of money. They could see you as a mother figure, someone very mothering, that's not always about the money, that isn't always about the physical, that has a spiritual side to them. Somebody who will turn down an opportunity that isn't right for them, even if there is more money involved. There is something here about some sort of relationship choice or decision. There's something here about a friendship, a very good friendship, some kind of soul family kind of situation in terms of your associates and your friends, and having a good time. Maybe there's a vacation of some kind at some point, a party, even going to visit a coworker that's throwing a party at their house. This could be where there's gaming, or some drinking, or just game playing, something about that. It also could be just a trip with friends. You could be making a new friend this period. Whatever work, I mean, maybe you'll meet a new friend at work, and you'll have so much fun with this person, like it won't even feel like work. I feel like it's like I'm hearing that Whistle While You Work song, and I'm hearing what's that Mary Poppins song? It's like the job's a game type situation. Yep, whatever losses that you've had in terms of friends, in terms of lovers, you are healing and accepting those. Even if you're still in the middle of this betrayal or this difficulty, you're putting those things in the past. You're overcoming this obstacle. it might take you a while to get over the hill. I do see you, yeah, you're in recovery mode during this time. You're being a little more discerning about who you let in, about what jobs you accept, what financial projects you take on. There's going to be a meeting with somebody that has to do with work, or could be a romantic situation because it's the Jack of Hearts. I don't know if this is like something that's going to be a more of a routine thing, physical therapy if you've been injured at all, or maybe it's a counselor that's going to help you walk through any kind of rough patch that you've been going through. But this has been quite a positive reading, considering I know that the last couple of placements that I just talked about were not so easy. There's there's so many major arcana. There's the Lovers, there's the Devil, there's the Chariot, the Wheel of Fortune, the World. I mean, this is a huge time for you, Sagittarius. There's immense change. It's a fated, destined change. So you're going to notice that whatever troubles you've had are actually leading you in a direction that you're meant to go, and that you will be able to overcome this past period of your life. If it's been challenging, you'll be able to integrate that, and then you'll find purpose in that. I think that's what this is talking about. All right, Sagittarius, I hope you enjoyed your reading. Take care, and I'll see you next time. Bye.